What's up guys, Sim here, and we're going to be doing a quick test. Well, I've been playing around with it a while and I've worked out most of the kinks. This is a deck a deck concept I found on Reddit by the Redditor Uria-tastic, if I recall correctly. Great, an E-Hero deck. I probably won't stand a chance. But yes, anyway, this focuses on like full traps. It's made to summon Uria as fast as possible. Uria of the Searing Flames. I don't suppose it was never really that popular, so I doubt we'll see it, or too many people have heard of it, I should say. Oh, excuse me. Not the burpees. But yeah, it works on continuous traps, trap monsters. It's got a fair bit of defense for sure. Hopefully he doesn't have a heavy, because that would suck. Come on, cat. Oh, he's just gonna fire straight through. I can take it. Oops. Nope. It's only 18. And if he's gonna drop anything on me too, I can torrential it. Or I can save Mirror for next turn, or torrential for next turn. This isn't the most beautiful first hand, I'm not gonna lie. Ugh. Actually, we should probably save Nightmare Will. Stay. But we'll set Draining Shield so we have a little better of a single target negation, not to waste Mirror Force on just nothing. Oh, Woodsman. I don't know why he wouldn't leave that face up. So I'll hold Greedy and see if he'll grab anything else. Because I do have Mirror Force just in case. Or Draining Shield. See, there you go. That's when you drop Torrential. Oh! Silly guy. That's just no fun. I don't think I have much to take out Wild Heart. As again, it's very trap heavy, like there's 2 Urias and then cards. And those are just for consistency. If he's unaffected by the fixed check card, then I'll have shit to do. I'll have to just take that again. And we're lagging. I'm not getting anything. It's kind of disappointing. Just drop Solemn. What does Skyscraper do? We'll drop that on Skyscraper. Because I do not like. And we'll end. Maybe he'll try to XC something out. Again, you're not seeing the strategy of the deck whatsoever. This is kind of disappointing. But if you just hurry up. Bubble Man. So he's gonna, well, Nope, neither of them are tuners. E-heroes don't tune, now that I think about it. Huh. He's just, I don't know, he's playing weird. Let's see, that Wild Heart's just not doing that well. So I'll just hold as long as I can. It'd be kind of nice if he did something. That Wild Heart is just not doing me any favors. Well, that's something. That'll at least set up some sort of combo. Yeah, I guess. Could at least have him an Imperial Custom so he cannot be destroyed. Nope. We'll just try to bait something out. Really? It's the only problem with playing some of these like really animated decks when someone plays just like boring. Just doesn't work. But again, at least we have this. We have a free 1800 on the field. That can't be destroyed. But I know, again, I'm getting like none of my draw cards. I'm not getting Uria. And it's just, ugh. If you do something, you have 2 level 4s. Just do something with them, please. Well, battle phase, I guess. Attack Bubble Man. Although Wild Heart's just causing issues for me right now. So yeah, we'll drop him. A hero emerges. Wow. Oh wait, what? Well, that's just silly. This game sometimes. But yes, I guess I don't even know if I mentioned with the whole, since this is someone else's concept, I'm definitely going to post a link to his thread. He explains the whole strategy of the deck very well and fleshes it out a lot better and gives you a more well-rounded idea of what it should do. As I said, I did explain most of it over. Again, you know, working on continuous traps, this is one of the better combos. And of course you would. It's just, I don't know. It seems like too much of a over consistent. Ooh, I should have summoned that. Okay. But it seems like he's playing more of a fusion style instead of, I don't know, he has all these level 4s. You should XC summon those, but not one to judge. At least got that. I've got my other Mirror Force. We can pocket the Solemn. The only thing I don't like about these trap monsters is that they still take up their space. But again, we drop the Wild Heart. We'll have a solid next turn. I can negate anything he tries to throw at me and come back on top. At least take out these two. I don't think there's anything piercing. And then Stratus' summon effect. So we will Mirror Force. Worth it. For sure worth it. As much as I hate the Solemn, something silly like that, it's worth it. So what else do we got? Anything of use? Meh. So we'll drop that on his face down. I mean, why not? No. Stop asking me to chain things. And drop that to defense. And card it. Hopefully get something. I'm interested on what these effects would be that, like, because it always asks me if I want to chain to my, like, if I want to solemn my own summons. So it's like, in what case would that be beneficial? You know? It's just kind of interesting. Let's see, we got a couple more here and there. We'll just hold that for burst. He still hasn't fusioned anything. So yeah, we'll just Nightmare Wheel that. And one of the big issues I'm having with this deck again is that, like, the consistency is kind of iffy. Yay, damage. Actually getting everything I need. Like, even if I have an Uria now. If I were to get a continuous trap at this point, there you go. Go ahead and Phoenix Chain, why not? And I'll try to grab, so I can hold that Solemn for next turn. I have more than enough continuous traps. What do I want to hold for a just in case situation? I suppose having a Dark Hole isn't going to hurt. So you can set that. Change him to attack now. Battle phase. Next turn we can drop Uria and hopefully win. It's definitely a very interesting deck to play, but it's kind of, I don't know, I've already got my speedy meta deck, which is the Frog Lancer. Whenever I eventually build that, that's going to hold the game overall for me. This one is very interesting and conceptual, and I like it. It has a pretty good win-loss kind of thing. And I don't even want to see what he's going to drop. totally worth 2,000 life. And that's one of the big reasons I put Draining Shield in the deck, is that without it, I'm kind of screwed. And we'll go ahead and drop that on her. Oh, I can't. She can only have one. Just so I can have things. We'll get Dark Hole next turn. We will Uria. Ba-bam. 4K. And activate for, I don't know. Guess if anything we could go for another Nightmare Will. For just in case. There we go. Now we pretty much have them on the ropes. Have our boss monster out. Not as powerful as he could be, but he's at 4K. Can drop a magic card, magic or trap once per turn. At least the strategy played out. The whole point of the deck, again, is just to like sit there, maybe put your dukes in here and there when needed. And, you know, just kind of hold until you can get him out on the field. And it works pretty well. Again, you know, you have all these trap monsters. I wish there was more of like a good magical merchant kind of thing, a good searcher where cool, got him on the run at least. Like again, a good solid searcher where it's like, if that kind of plays better on like having more traps in your deck. I'm not sure how exactly that would work, but let's see, we can pretty much. Why did you summon it in attack position? I'm worried. Well, we will definitely activate to get rid of that. Okay. I'm impressed. Again, I've been testing this off and on, and it works. It's kind of scary. I got myself down to 2,500. Which honestly is, I'm not quite used to running Solemns. But it works. I had a really good setup. I could have dropped an Xyz next turn. And, you know, Nightmare Will for that little defense. And, like, even better, I could have, you know, if he got anything bad, I had that and that face down. Drop the Dark Hole in his turn. Get rid of everything. Sink these two for something and swing for game. Quick profile, as usual. Again, it's very, very trap heavy. Pretty much all the magics are for searching and consistence, and then these two are for, of course, the extra draw, and then you have the Uria as the two bosses. So again, the star of the deck is Uria, Lord of Searing Flames. Special summon by sending 3 face-up trap cards you control to the graveyard. Gains 100 or 1,000 for each. So even like on like early on in the duel, it's a pretty free 3,000 with how this deck runs. And then you can get a quick MST on a set with his ability once per turn. Then 2 card cards again. Usually in a good hand, you'll be able to set a bunch of these trap monsters in a good defense, and then do card. Get 2 cards, and then on your opponent's turn, you still can summon a couple of these to keep yourself alive. 2 magic planners, which I used to run at 3, but I was drawing them far too often, and at the point when I was trying to build up the traps on the field, it just was a very dead card, so I brought it down to 2. It's still not bad, and it's a good draw card for this theme. I get a 2 from the deck, and if I have an Uri on the field, then it boosts them by another 1,000. 1 Dark Hole, 3 Sarcos. Again, just it's all for consistency. When I was testing it before, I didn't have anything like this, and I just had trouble drawing, getting what I needed in time. Same with the 2 Dualities, and then 2 MSTs, just to get rid of some trouble cards. Not running Heavy Storm, just because of the threat of Starlight Road. It would kind of hurt everything. I did used to play Starlight Road in this, but it was kind of a budget choice. Just getting Starlight Dragon alone is pretty expensive. Oops. And I don't know. If I plan to build this, I want to make it as cheap as possible. Cards are going to be like $50 each. So maybe I could find a replacement for those 2. But in kind of a replacement for Starlights, I have fake traps, which if they were to drop, something to destroy a trap monster, I can use this. If they were to drop a Heavy Storm, I can use fake trap. Anything that doesn't counter, just because it's proper speed. It pretty much acts like Starlight Road, but I don't get a Stardust Dragon. Draining Shield for negation, and kind of fuel for solemn plays, as you saw in that last one. I probably wouldn't have one if I hadn't had that Draining Shield. Was running 3 magic cylinders, but it didn't quite work. The single negation and no monster destruction kind of had done me in, so I put in 2 Mirror Forces to fill that role. 2 Torrentials, which works very nice in that you can have an empty field with all your trap monsters set, and then when they summon you can Torrential, and then on your turn you can summon your monsters and get stuff done. Or even if you have Imperial Custom, you can trap monster on their turn and then chain Torrential, and your monster isn't destroyed because of Imperial Custom, and all their monsters are wiped. So you can kind of use it at your own discretion and activate it when you want, instead of waiting for your opponent to drop a really nice monster. And essentially you can use it as like a Mirror Force. So you have like 4 copies of Mirror Force if everything's set up right. And then 2 Tiki Curses, 2 Tiki Souls, 3 Zone of the Spirits, and 2 Metal Reflex Slimes. Those are the other monsters in the deck, and your main defense/offense. Reflex Slime's really good. Tiki Soul has a great ability. If it's destroyed, well, this card destroys infect monsters, but if another one would be destroyed, you can add it. And then him, if another one, you can set it again. If another one battles an opponent's monster, you destroy your opponent's monster at the end of damage calculation. Metal Reflect is just a very quick and easy 3,000 defense, bam. And then Zoma, when it's destroyed by battle, you inflict damage to your opponent equal to the attack of the monster that destroyed it. So it's a good bit of quick burn, almost like a magic cylinder on its side. And then aside from Metal Reflex Slimes, they're all level 4s. So it's a way to, you can summon 2 monsters really quick and get a quick Xyz. There's only one in the extra deck that really kind of fits the theme. Otherwise, it's situational for some good beat sticks and all that. 3 Imperial Customs, that's kind of one of the staples of the deck, is that continuous traps cannot be destroyed, aside from itself. And then you can even back that up with Fake Trap. So pretty much if you have all these trap monsters on the field and Imperial Custom, they can't be destroyed. So it works out very nice. And then for A little bit of extra defense for continuous traps, since I have these, 5 torrential kind of counts in that category. 2 Fiendish Chains to end effects and stop attacks, and then Nightmare Wheel to lock the monster and deal an extra 500. It's possible, like I think it was Shadow Spell could work. Spellbinding Circle's been very outclassed by these other 3, so I don't know, that was one of my favorite cards back in the day, but I don't see it getting any light. And then just one of each of the Solemns for a little extra backup. Extra deck, as I said, is a little iffy. Laval Chain is, or Laval Val Chain is pretty much the only one that fits in that you can search Uria with its second ability, and the other one you can send a continuous trap to the graveyard to help fuel the Uria. It works out pretty nice, especially if you already have an Uria on the field. But otherwise, again, like, I prefer to get the continuous traps that I need to set up for Uria instead of sending them to the graveyard before the fact. And then some interesting extra deck options, or side decks, I should say, while I was just digging. So Curse of Darkness could definitely hurt a Prophecy deck. Of course, Mental Drain and Soul Drain. It doesn't hurt this deck whatsoever, so they're pretty beautiful. Anti-Spell Fragrance, for sure, could also hurt a Prophecy deck. Definitely slow it down and help protect your cards against, an instant drop Heavy Storm. They'd have to set it first, and you could possibly miss it or anything along the lines of that. Imperial Iron Wall, again, it's just there's a lot of really nice continuous traps that don't hurt this deck at all. Help with the overall strategy in that you need a lot of continuous traps out, and also just hurt other decks. Like Imperial Iron Wall really, I don't know, it doesn't shut down too many things. I know there's like Necro Garden plays and stuff like that. Mask of Restrict can easily shut down a lot of things in that no monsters can be tributed. Non-fusion area, of course, nobody can fusion. You don't plan on doing that whatsoever. Rail Prison can hurt Dark World decks for sure, which is one I'm surprised has never really seen the light of day. So there's that. Summon Limit, which can hurt most of the meta for sure, and doesn't do much for this and that. If you're going to be dropping 2 monsters a turn, that's kind of really all there is. You could trap or drop a trap monster at the end of your opponent's turn. Like if you really want an Xyz, drop it there at the end of your opponent's turn, and then on your turn summon the other one, and then you can Xyz, and that's your 2 summons for the turn. So it's not terrible. You can work around it very well, since you can summon all these on your opponent's turn too. And then otherwise, I was running Bryos, but again, I traded it out for a little bit better consistency. But that's it. I know this is running a little long. It's hitting about half hour, but I hope you enjoyed. And again, the link to the original Reddit thread will be in the description. Again, it is by Uria-tastic. Thanks a lot, Guy, for posting this. I really like this strategy. It works very well. I will be posting it in the Reddit thread so you can see how well it's done in testing and the different changes I may have made to it. So that is it. This is Tsuame again. Thank you guys very much for watching, and I'll see you in another video. Talk to you later. Bye.